Hello everyone, Jules here. It's been a while since the last time I make recommendation for tactical RPGs of all time. I mean, the last time I did that is on 2022. So as we are heading into the end of 2024, I think this will be a perfect time to make the updated version of my tactical RPG games of all time that will include some new games and a few other fresh references that I think more deserve their spot in this list. Knowing that everyone has their own opinion and gameplay experiences, I hope you can enjoy this video more as a recommendation than focusing on the ranking itself. Alright then, let's get started. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader is a story-rich tactical CRPG that is massive in scope and offers fresh challenges in combat through its use of space, cover, and creative enemies. For fans of the Warhammer 40k universe, the variety of enemies and settings will be a pleasant surprise. One of the most interesting aspects of Rogue Trader's combat is the effectiveness of support characters. Building your Rogue Trader to focus on buffs and granting free actions can make them the central figure in battle, which enhance the tactical depth when building a character. SpellForce Conquest of EO is a turn-based strategy RPG that puts you in the shoes of a wizard's apprentice whose master has gone missing, leaving you to take over his tower and set out on a journey. In this game, most of the game unfolds on a hex-based overworld map, where you control your armies, often led by heroes, and move them toward objectives. You will encounter various events, like deciding whether to intervene in a village conflict or chasing down your enemies. Solasta Crown of the Magister is a turn-based tactical RPG that nails the essence of D&D in a way that's rarely seen in video games. In this game, the combat is top-notch. It has a similar feel to XCOM, with its tactical turn-based approach and grid-style movement. Your characters can move, take one action, or dash to cover more ground, and there's even a form of Overwatch, where you can set actions to trigger if an enemy moves into range. Tactical Breach Wizards is a turn-based tactics game where a group of magical mercenary breaches doors and wreaks havoc with spells. It's a game that feels more like Chimera Squad than XCOM 2, with smaller maps and characters who have distinct abilities. You start each encounter figuring out where to position your units and planning your first moves. A good first turn is key, but even if things go sideways, you've got the option to rewind and correct your mistakes. Brigandine: The Legend of Forsena is a strategy RPG gamer's paradise, offering a level of depth and complexity that makes it a standout for fans of classic strategy titles. Your journey begins by choosing which kingdom you will lead. Once selected, your campaign kicks off on the overworld map, where you have a month to set up your forces before launching into battle. And although you can jump into battles early, it's not advisable. Rushing into conflicts too soon is a surefire way to meet an early defeat. Disgaea 5 is all about building up your squad and diving into some wild RPG progressions. You'll be constantly leveling up your characters, upgrading gear, and taking on tougher challenges on different battlefields. The combat mechanics are smooth and straightforward. Once you get the hang of it, everything feels intuitive. The turn-based nature also means you don't need to be super quick on your feet, which makes it one of the best games to play in handheld consoles. Colony Ship is an isometric turn-based RPG set aboard a massive generation ship filled with fascinating and dangerous locations. In this game, the combat is unforgiving and it really forces you to think out of the box. The game revolves around three key elements: accuracy, evasion, and damage. These are influenced by a complex web of stats, skills, gear, and environmental factors like cover and gadgets. Stealth elements also added another layer of gameplay, which gives you more options on tackling the challenges. SteamWorld Heist 2 is a turn-based tactics game where you will step into the shoes of the legendary Captain Leeway as you embark on the biggest heist to save both kind from a looming water crisis. The game takes the beloved turn-based strategy of the original and cranks it up with even more tactical depth and new features, including real-time naval combat and over 150 weapons and items to choose from. And whether you need a stealthy sniper or a heavy-hitting weapon, the flexibility to shape your squad to fit your playstyle is endless. Shining Force 2 is a strategy RPG that is huge in every sense. You'll be exploring a ton of towns, villages, and ruins, all while uncovering secrets and recruiting new characters along the way. And when it comes to battles, they are bigger and better too compared to the original. The controls are easy to pick up and the menus have been streamlined, making it a lot easier to manage your party and buy or sell items. Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together is an intricate old-school strategy game that demands patience, attention to detail, and a love for deep storytelling. And for those who do love deep strategy games like Final Fantasy Tactics or Advance Wars, Tactics Ogre feels like home. The isometric battlefields return, but now you can rotate the camera and zoom in or out to get a better feel of the action. You will also need to consider everything from terrain elevation to character orientation, even weather, as all these factors can influence the outcome of battles. Symphony of War: The Nephilim Saga is a game that takes the tactical JRPG formula and adds a unique twist by focusing on squad-based combat instead of individual characters. You get to create formations with up to 9 units. The squad's power is tied to both its composition and its leader, and each leader has different traits that influence how their squad performs. You can also tweak squad equipment, utilizing powerful artifacts that can boost stats or unlock abilities. Just like its previous entry, Wasteland 3 lets you play as a squad of desert rangers, but this time on a different mission. Gameplay-wise, the combat received a significant improvement. The turn-based system feels more intuitive, borrowing mechanics from XCOM 2. Now you can also perform precision strikes on enemies, allowing you to target specific body parts for added effects, such as headshots for bonus damage or explosions by hitting fuel tanks. Unicorn Overlord is a game that offers a fresh spin on the high fantasy RPG genre, focusing on character-driven storytelling rather than overwhelming players with heavy exposition. The game's strategy combat blends real-time strategy with turn-based mechanics, where you group units into squads and manage them across large, varied maps. With a massive array of unit types, the potential for creative squad formations is vast, allowing for a deep and satisfying combat experience.
Hold fast!
Not yet!
I will try try to become hard to see.
Jagged Alliance 3 is a detailed tactical RPG that features a colorful cast of characters, each embodying classic spy and action hero archetypes. Combat-wise, if you have played a modern tactical RPG, you'll be comfortable with its turn-based battles and cover mechanics. The action point systems offers freedom in how you spend your turns, and targeting various enemy body parts introduces extra layers of strategy. You will also see factors affecting your attacks, but they're not simply presented as percentages, so you'll need to use common sense to decide on your moves.
Put down!
Target neuter.
Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is a classic turn-based strategy game that really nails that addictive gameplay. The core of the game are the heroes. There are over 100 unique heroes to choose from, each with their own name, portrait, and special abilities. The real key to success is leveling up your heroes. A 10th or 12th level hero is worth way more than a pile of low-level troops. As such, keeping your heroes alive, building their levels, and equipping them with powerful magic items and armies is essential.
For absorbing enemy melee attacks.
Age of Wonders 4 is a 4X strategy RPG where you build cities, gather resources, recruit armies, and explore new lands. Where this game really stands out is in how magic touches every aspect of the game. You don't just cast spells, you reshape the landscape, enhance your units, and even transform entire species. And one of the coolest parts of the game is how you build your ruler. Whether it's a mortal champion or a wizard king, your ruler grows in power over time, becoming a key figure on the battlefield and the heart of your empire. Wartales is a strategy RPG where you lead a band of mercenaries on a quest for survival and fortune in a harsh medieval world. Your goal is simple: survive, thrive, and get rich. You will recruit companions with different skills, personalities, and weapon preferences to fill out your team. Combat is tactical and turn-based, rewarding strategy over brute force. You'll need to carefully plan out each battle, picking the right combination of fighters, equipment, and tactics to come out on top. Troubleshooter Abandoned Children is a tactical RPG that drops you into the bustling megacity of Valhalla. You play as Albus, a rookie who starts his own private company to deal with the city's spiraling violence. Gameplay-wise, it sticks to the familiar turn-based strategy mechanics. You've got your downtime at the base where you can rest and resupply, and then head out to missions across the city. As you progress, the missions get more complex, with objectives like rescues, escorts, and time challenges keeping things fresh and dynamic.
날 선택한 걸 후회하지 않게 해줄게.
XCOM 2 is a turn-based strategy game that takes everything from XCOM Enemy Unknown and cranks up the stakes. It's been 20 years since Earth fell into an alien invasion, and now the planet is under alien rule. The combat is all about tactical guerrilla warfare. There's a big focus on stealth elements like sneaking up on alien patrols and setting up ambushes before the firefight even starts. You can also loot enemies for gear, save VIPs, and carry fallen comrades to the extraction point to avoid losing them permanently.
Missed! Who's keeping score?
Songs of Conquest is a 4X game that delivers a blend of old-school turn-based strategy with fresh innovations. Gameplay-wise, it splits between two phases, exploration and combat. You control a wielder, each belonging to a faction with its own set of abilities. You will explore the map, collect resources, build up your towns, and engage in tactical grid-based battles against enemy wielders. If you love 4X strategy RPG or Heroes of Might and Magic series to be exact, you have to play this game. Fire Emblem Three Houses is a turn-based strategy game that combines a massive open-world hub with extensive social interaction, intense storyline, and battles that challenge even the most seasoned strategies. The game gives you 3 different houses to join, each offering unique narratives and perspectives. Moreover, one of the biggest changes in this game is the removal of the traditional weapon triangle. Now it's all about choosing the right weapon based on individual skills. Training your units also lets them unlock custom moves and bonuses against certain enemies.
Can I go now?
Battle Brothers is a medieval turn-based tactical RPG that really tests your mettle as a player. The world of Battle Brothers is somewhat similar to Mount and Blade, with a real-time open world that keeps on moving even when you're doing nothing. Gameplay-wise, combat is turn-based and extremely challenging. Each brother has stats like hit points, resolve, and fatigue, but their equipment plays a massive role in determining their capabilities. And don't forget that armor is also vital. Without it, your brothers are as good as that. Divinity Original Sin 2 is a tactical RPG set centuries after the first game, allowing new players to jump right in without needing to know the original's lore. When it comes to combat, the game takes a thoughtful approach. The battles are turn-based and the environment plays a crucial role in strategy. You will need to consider terrain, high ground advantages, and the elemental interactions of your abilities. For instance, you can freeze a pool of water to create ice or set an oil slick ablaze to trap enemies. Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions is a remastered version of the original Final Fantasy Tactics. Gameplay-wise, it still sticks to its turn-based strategy roots, where you can build a party of up to 24 characters with different job classes. In this version, you get 2 new jobs, the Onion Knight and Dark Knight. Onion Knights can use every piece of gear in the game but start off weak and require a lot of leveling to become powerful. Dark Knights, on the other hand, use their HP to deliver devastating attacks. Baldur's Gate 3 is a fantasy tactical RPG that is all about player freedom, and it takes that concept to the extreme. From character creation to combat, it's a game where your choices matter, and after countless hours, every playthrough still feels fresh. The game's combat is as flexible as the story. Based on D&D's 5th edition rule set, Baldur's Gate 3 adds its own twist to make it more accessible for players. The more you progress, the crazier your options get. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other great tactical RPGs that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best tactical RPGs that probably deserve a spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace.